Welcome back to Dine with Commentary. Again, I'm your host, Ethan Godinez, and I have a lovely guest with me. Want to introduce yourself?
Let's be Ali.
For the second time. Yeah. I tried to get another guest on here, Scott. He just couldn't do it. He lazy piece of shit. Love him.
Oh my god.
And he just got off work today. He didn't want to do it. He wants to get home. But yeah, you came in clutch. Came in there again. I am a little defeated right now because there was, excuse me, it was a good recording about like 6-7 minutes, and I discovered my mics weren't plugged in, so I just lost the first good bit. So like a second recording of it. But yeah, so we were just talking about how we went to the benefit the night before for the River Oaks Theater, and how we met certain people into the show, the cast and crew of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the Royal Mystic Order of Chaos. If you want to look them up on Facebook, not a sponsor, but please look them up. They're really great people.
Yeah, like on Facebook, Instagram.
Hey, Facebook, Instagram, yeah. Royal Mystic Order of Chaos.
Their ad is RHPS Chaos.
Yes, I'll enter a link on the description below. But we also met some great people from the Swamp organization, the Southwest Alternative Media Project. Again, not a sponsor, but great people. Mm-hmm. They just help young filmmakers get their start, push out their work, and do a bunch of really cool stuff for their own vision and everything. And a bunch of people from that, a board member from Swamp organization is from Houston, and she got her start watching movies from the River Oaks movie theater. And she said too, she was a part of the...
Like, she got her first, she went to her first feature film.
Yeah.
Played at the River Oaks Theater, and she said it was sold out.
Sold out. She was like a really touched moment for her, but also, she was also a part of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, she said that she was part of it.
Was she?
Yeah, she said that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she said that she's a part of it and everything, and it's just like...
I thought she was just like I didn't say she was a part of it. I thought she said like she went to see the shows.
She went to see the show, and she was a part of the crew and everything. She said before any were probably born, which is probably true, because the River Oaks.
I swear she said that she used to go watch the shows, and she said that's when she mentioned it. Probably before we.
I could have sworn she said she was part of the show. Anyway, I'll get in touch with her, or whatever. But it was really great. People were there. It was very COVID safe. All the seats were social distance, and they had concerts going on and performers. Like if they were a solo act, they were up there, and they had a lot of solo acts, but very entertaining. They had virtual pre-recorded concerts, were surprisingly not awkward, very entertaining. I guess we were all just hungry for entertainment to go there, and it was just really welcoming, even being social distance. Everyone was safe. They had the silent auction, which we lost. I tried to buy 3 things.
Yeah, I tried to get 3 things. I was trying to get this little like wand horn. Little fairy.
Yeah, a little fairy, a handmade fairy horn that was made out of a real antler. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was a little horn, and then it had other stuff in it. It looked really cool. I was like, I want it.
It was very like more like mystic stuff stuff that you would like. I can see that. But I tried.
So I was like, I want it. Damn, I should have put more money to it, thinking about it.
Hey, but people outbid you, which is great. They gave more money. Because it was like, what, we're 15 at first?
It was 15. The first person who put in 30, and that's how I added more. And then the next time I checked, someone put 70. Or I was like, damn. I was like, but then in hindsight, I think I should have put more for it. Yeah.
But
it was cute.
It was great. It was all there for a great cause. It was really good. Excuse me. But it was just a good time. It was very safe. Oh, yes, thank you. The Aguaya. Excuse me. And this is part of the ASMR part of the podcast. Are you enjoying your water?
Yes. Very good.
The water flows through our bodies, refilling our energy.
Very refreshing.
Yeah, I think the energy from the last episode and this episode is like very different. I don't think like in a bad way, but it's just in general. Throughout the week or the weekend, because episodes are going to be released Friday and we record them Sunday. I was listening to it and I heard myself, And I'm like, damn, like, I really need to pronunciate my words.
Pronunciate or enunciate?
Both. I need to speak clearly because I almost sound Creole. Like, I think I'm from
really?
North.
I didn't hear that.
I either sound really tired or I'm just like a Creole person. Like, I at work, his name was Justin. He's from New Orleans, and I talked to him like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And he's like, "Hey man, I'm going on, you know, me here trying to bust him down there." And I'm like, it took me a second to understand that. I'm like, "Oh man, that's great. That's real cool," and everything. And it got me thinking, if barely anybody outside of New Orleans can understand or can't understand Creole people because they have their own, I guess, thick accent that it's very hard to understand, do you think they have that similar problem listening to us?
Who knows? That's a good question.
Like the
Maybe.
Boston accents, it's gotta be
Mark
different.
Wahlberg?
Yeah, like Mark Wahlberg. Gonna go Sox, the Boston Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
Get some Dunkin' Donuts, you know, like that. Like they think, no wait,
So weird.
it's Boston. I just noticed your phone. You don't have the little drawings and pictures in the back of your thing.
Benji ate it.
Benji ate them?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I told you.
Oh my god. Shit. You probably did tell me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't listen.
I know.
Don't say it like that.
It's
Okay. But to go back kind of on top, I'm sorry, I love you. I do listen. But to go back on, I guess, mildly topic of re-listening to the first episode, your friend, you had told a friend that my voice was deep and it sounds very soothing to
It's
go
very
to sleep.
soothing, and
Very
she
soothing.
was like to go to sleep to very soothing voice.
So on like that on the drive to H&R Block to do my taxes today, I remember that I go, damn, I should really try to impersonate those like sexy jazz singers, just to be like, ooh, welcome back to the Dine with Commentary podcast, and I'm gonna try different impersonations just for the hell of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably like really cringy listening back into it, but like those old like really good jazz singers that you put like those stereotypical sexy songs that you put on like you want to get freaky with your gal, or your guy or gal. We don't discriminate here on DWC. It's an acronym for Dying with Commentary.
I figured that much.
Yeah. Anyway, within what 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, got almost 50 views on the first one. So like, yeah, it's real good. I want to pause there. Thank you. I'm gonna heavy edit this one too some more because now I have more time to do so. With me just fuck all with work, I don't care. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. It scared me. But what's one thing we just finished watching season 5 seasons of Naruto.
Yeah.
And the big fight scene between Sasuke and Naruto at the Final Valley, right? It was the Final Valley?
Yeah, the Final Valley.
That was kick ass.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on it so far?
I say too, I feel so bad that I slept on Naruto for this long, of like not being able to pass the first episode, just falling asleep.
You know, it's like,
I just couldn't, and I watched
you
like
want to
this.
watch this first episode again?
No, I've seen it like 50 times. I don't want to go back because where they're at this point in time, fucking no, hell no, it's great. Naruto and Jiraiya are gonna train some more. Sasuke's with Orochimaru, and Sakura's there like always, I guess. But fucking my favorite character, Rock Lee, he's back. That's kick ass. Lee's badass. He's no longer hurt. Oh, he's still kind of mildly hurt, but still, it's kick ass. I've always liked Dragon Ball Z, but I kind of like, I guess because it's new to me, I'm kind of liking Naruto a little more right now.
Yeah, because I remember growing up also watching Dragon Ball Z, but it's like the major fight scenes, it would be like, what, 10 episodes? 20 episodes?
I think the fight scene between Goku and Frieza was like 19 episodes long. I want to say, yeah.
So that's why there's a memes like next time in Dragon Ball Z, and because it takes forever.
Yeah, like next time Dragon Ball Z. I should lower my phone just in case. Don't again. The Frieza versus Goku battle lasted from the time Vegeta dies to the explosion of Namek spans in episode 87 to 105 the infamous 5-minute.
Almost 20 episodes.
Almost 20 episodes, yeah.
They could just cut it down. Someone could just edit that whole thing. It's like, okay, this is a whole, like, maybe narrowed it down to 3 episodes. Because the fight between Naruto and Sasuke was how many?
That was like 3 episodes.
3 to 4 episodes.
Yeah, and it was almost the entirety episode. But yeah,
the entirety. There was no pause. Or like, next time on Dragon Ball, like, what would happen? Blah blah blah. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, like, no, they're like, I think it was like kind of like near the beginning, or maybe it was like we're like going through the Sasuke's backstory a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And that took a little bit longer, but the actual fight, I think it was like 2 episodes.
It was a good build up.
It was like 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was like 2 episodes. Not 3, because it went to the beginning bit.
Yeah,
of
they
the
were fighting throughout the beginning, but it was going through like the backstory.
Do you want to know the time span of the actual fight in the Dragon Ball Z lore?
How much?
The actual fight between Goku and Frieza was supposed to be as a 5-minute fight. So they spanned a 5-minute fight. And they said it started like at episode 97, so from like 97 to 105.
Drag that shit.
But it was so entertaining. The games are really kick-ass.
That's why probably people might as well read the manga. It's like, why is the dragging this 5-minute fight? Sasuke's and Naruto's fight was probably
that was
20
really,
minutes.
That was good. That was a good one.
Fight.
No, because it went along like 3 episodes, and each episode was like 20 minutes long. So it was a good amount of fighting and the choreography for it and everything. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Now you're making me pronounce it. Choreography. Okay, you say it.
Choreography.
Get the choreography.
We don't know how to say words correctly here on DWC.
It is choreography.
Choreography, right?
Choreography.
Yeah, choreography. Because it's a CH.
You were saying choreography.
Choreography. How they do the fighting, that was real cool.
Choreography.
How they threw punches, it was nice, very pleasing to the eyes. Choreography. I'm gonna figure out how to say it one day.
I knew how to say it. Now you got me messed up. The way you said it sounded weird.
No, you just stopped going to school.
You did too.
I finished school.
I did too.
Yeah, but you went a 4-year school.
I went to school regardless.
And so did I.
Choreography.
Choreography.
Or
are we? I wonder how long it's gonna.
Choreography.
I'm gonna look it up now. This is gonna really bother me. How do you spell it?
It's choreography.
Fight choreography. Oh, I was right there the entire time. I could have listened to it. I don't wanna do it too loud in case it would cut trying to see. Choreography. You give it a listen.
Choreography.
Yeah, choreography. Yeah, choreography. Yeah, that's right there.
Damn, you said it weird.
I did. I'm retarded. Never mind. Oh, it's 2021. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm special ed. I ride the short bus. I'm sorry. You're right. I drive the short bus. Wait, even cancel culture is probably gonna get me, right? I'm not that famous, so they won't get me.
You still can't say that though.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I apologize if anybody's offended. I should learn to watch what I say and be more sensitive to others. And I mean that. I really do. Don't give me that face. I do mean it. You look at me like I'm just saying it, just say it. Well, what, if I can't say it, what would you replace that with?
Stupid. No, dumb.
Dumb? You think so? Slow? Is that too offensive too? You don't think so? I'll figure it out. Whatever. Cancel culture shouldn't be around anyway. Kind of trying to cancel everything for no fucking reason. It's retarded.
There you go. You said it again.
Whatever. They're gonna get me. I don't care.
You're barely starting out.
I barely started out. It's only been 2 weeks. Ooh. Nah, it's like 2 years. Never mind. I started this YouTube channel 2 years ago. I did one video of us going to Onicon, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's great. It's very amateurish, very cringy, but it's us dressing up as, again, Marshall Lee and Marceline going to Onicon, the anime convention in Galveston, which is great. That was actually the time we went to the Rocky Horror. That was 2 years ago.
The same day?
Not the same day.
No, not the same day, but the same.
It was the same year.
Same year, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
You're
man.
right.
I really hope COVID like lets up this year because I want to go to anime Matsuri again.
Anime series.
It's here.
Usually in May. I doubt you're gonna do. Yeah, it's usually in May.
I think you're right.
Anime Matsuri is in May. It's one of the biggest conventions over here.
At the George R.R. Brown Center, which is great. I like going. And I remember I went there for 2 days, I think, with my Theo. Oh, I know with my Theo. I think it was for 2 days, but we got there the first day. It was great. And then I got into a sort of online raffle pulling. I got a ticket, and I had to be there at a certain time, like at 12. But I had to go pick him up, and he lives on North Side. Because last time we had met up and went there. Mm. So I drove out that way, and then it was just traffic going down to the center. And I was like 10 minutes late to the raffle. And I barely missed it. But it just being so weird, just in normal clothing, running through the crowd of like cosplayers and everything was cool. There was a really, really cool Ruby Rose cosplayer, and I had to run through. And as I'm running through, I'm like, I really like your cosplay. But it's like running through, so I don't think they heard me. And they're like, oh. I got there. We put the passes. Are we good? Is there anything? Luckily, they gave us we only bought 2-day passes, but they gave us a 3-day pass because we missed the first day. So I was like, all right, cool. And then we had to go through. We got through the center, the opening of it, and it's like the convention center, and they're like, oh, sorry, you just missed it by 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I could have won something. And they go, oh, we're doing another one again in like 4 hours. I go, so serious? And they're like, yeah. Like, didn't you read? On the ticket itself, it says at 12 and at 4. So I didn't fucking read. So I ran through being a weird weeb running through the crowd.
So you didn't win anything though?
No, I didn't win anything. The really funny thing was too, the last thing they called out, because they're calling about different SAO stuff and everything. And the last thing they were calling for in the raffle was a Asuna swimsuit statue, the waifu statue. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, and I was like, a 6-number ticket thing. I got 5. I go, this is it. I can win. And it was it. And the last one, I go, fuck, I didn't win anything. Yeah. So I was like, whatever. It was so great. But it was for a promotion for the new SAO mobile game, Internal Factor, which is a really good one. It's very MMO-ish, really MMO online, because you start off on the floor 1 and you start as a different character following the actual storyline of SAO, along with Kiruto and all the other harem that follow him around. It's a harem anime.
Yeah, I know.
It really is. Who's best girl?
I don't know.
You don't know who best girl is? Like, who do you think is the best girl for Kiruto? No one?
I don't know.
You don't know? Huh?
Isn't it Asuna?
Do you think Asuna is best girl?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm just saying that. Is it?
It's not a correct answer. It's like a preference answer. What you think?
I don't know. I'm not into the fandom like you.
Okay. Scott's more into than I am.
So are you.
I mean, I've only seen.
You have the game.
What game? Which one?
I don't know. Whatever game you have in your phone.
Memory Defrag is a totally different game, which is very badass. You should get it. Not a sponsor, but still.
I like how you say not a sponsor to
You
almost
have
everything.
you have to say you're not a sponsor. I found out that you have to, or you get in trouble for stuff, shit, and everything. Yeah, and a lot of influencers on Instagram, they fake sponsorships so they can get real ones. Yeah, and they're getting kind of, I don't know like the actual names of them, but it's like a collection of, was like, we found out your sponsorship of this other company is false, so we're no longer going to sponsor you, or hey, this sponsorship that you're doing of us is false, so take it down because it's not anything that we want to be associated with and all that kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah. They get caught on them a lot.
Wouldn't it be more with big name companies?
I mean, they try to do small names. They try to be smart and do small names so they can get bigger names. Like they'll do like a local like makeup thing, whatever, in that town, and they go, oh look, and they were like, oh look, Nike.
That makes sense though, because a lot of influencers or even YouTubers, if it's not a sponsor or whatnot.
Yeah, it's not sponsorship or anything.
Or like, they're not sponsoring, but please sponsor us if you want.
Yeah, please. I like the money. I mean, I want to keep this going, see where it can take me. Plus, the money's real nice too. I like money. But Scott said it too. Like, if I ever get sponsorships, he would kick my ass if I got Raid Shadow Legends to sponsor me.
Why?
Because everyone's getting sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
What is that?
The mobile game Raid Shadow Legends. Like, everyone and their mom is getting sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. This is not a sponsor of Raid Shadow Legends, but Raid Shadow Legends is a very popular sponsor for a lot of YouTubers.
I don't think I've heard about it.
You've not heard of Raid Shadow Legends?
This actually sounds like a sponsorship. No, it is not even.
It's not.
No, for real.
It's not.
But no, for real.
This is not a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship.
The way you said it's not a Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. What's wrong with the way I'm saying it?
I don't know.
What's wrong with Raid Shadow Legends?
But no, like
it's actually a really fun game.
Now
though.
I'm gonna get ads for it on my phone now.
Probably they're listening to us. Big MILFs in my area.
Stop.
Like those ads, like, you have hot MILFs in your area.
You know what the funny thing? Speaking of like
you want a
the
pillow
phones
for your back?
No, you know what the interesting thing about the whole listening phone thing?
What
My
happened?
mom just discovered that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then she's like yeah, she knew about it, but she's like, I think you have an idea too. It's like, you're thinking of something. I don't know if you've seen memes. It's like, yeah, you're thinking of something, like, say, a product, or like, say you're like, oh, I saw this share in Target. You're not saying it out loud, but you just in thought, and then you see an ad of it.
Like mental thinking? They're not that advanced.
No, but you never like saw memes about it. It's like you thought of
okay,
something.
Yeah.
And and then it just pops out on your phone. You're like, wait, what? I didn't mention it to anyone or anything. I was just thinking about it, and it just pops out on my phone.
Yeah.
You just look at it or something like that.
A couple actually did an experiment. They got two set of phones where they would talk about nothing relative with one set of phones, and on the other set they would talk about dog food as an example. I think that was the example they did. And on that phone, on their Facebook and everything, even through on the other set, it would show ads because it was, and both phones were in their name, both sets, and it would say, "Oh, cool, you talked about dog food," and it showed up across all their social media platforms. Like, here's ads for dog food and everything. So, and it just proved, like, yeah, they listened to it, and I'm not really against it.
No, but if you also saw that thing that's like, you're not thinking about something, like you see, like, say, product, like, say, a good example, Star Wars. You're just thinking about something Star Wars, and you're not saying it out loud, and it just pops up in your phone. You're like, what?
I would hope that's coincidental, because if they can read minds, that's some crazy shit.
Or like something, you see something and you just like, you're at the store and you see something about Star Wars, and you just like walk away from it, and then an ad pops up at your phone like that. My mom, like, I forgot what she showed me. She said she saw something, and then she's like, see? And she was showing me on her phone. She's like,
Mira, look. And you're like,
look, you see? It's like, oh my god. And I didn't see anything about it. I was like, you just discovering that? Like, that's been around, and like, I've seen memes about that. It's like, really?
You're late, mother. But no, it's like, I'm not totally against that, because I know the thing is, like, it's for security reasons, in case very bad anti-government level type shit, like, oh, like, they're planning something, they'll listen to it. And if I'm ever in a situation to where I'm next to that, like, yeah, like, grab his phone, listen to it, I'll just, here you go, Mr. Government, take a listen. I'm not hiding anything. I know a lot of people are about privacy and everything, and I guess it is a big issue and everything, and like, I really think that's why people are wanting to get
that's why Showman went to Russia.
Who?
What's his name? Showman?
Snowden.
Showden jump.
I was thinking
Snowden.
Challenge Showdown.
No.
That was a good show, man.
But no, Snowden?
Snowden. Like Snow, D-E-N, Den.
Snowden.
But yeah, like that too, but
Oh yeah. See? He wants us like, hey people, this is happening, and now we're like,
that's a sensitive topic with the government. I don't want them listening on this. We're not associated with Snowden, not a sponsor.
I mean, they made a movie about him.
I mean, yeah, it's not a secret and everything. He was actually a character in Mila Kunis and Middleton movie. I think her name. What is it? I butchered her name. It was My Ex Was a Spy. My Super Ex.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, it was a good movie too. I'm looking at Mila Kunis under her name. Black Swan. Have you seen Friends with Benefits? The Spy Who Dumped Me was the movie with Mila Kunis, and where's her name? She has to be here. She's great on SNL. Kate McKinnon, that's her name. Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon's so funny. But yeah, Kate McKinnon in the movie The Spy Who Dumped Me, Kate McKinnon dated Snowden, and they needed help to find something, and she called up Snowden. So in the movie, it showed a frame where it's kind of like panning out and everything, and it's Russia in the background, and Snowden picks somebody like, oh, it's you, yes, like, I can't think about you, I can't forget about you. Her name is Morgan in the movie, Kate McKinnon, and he's like, hey, yeah, cool, like, we need your help to find one thing. They're trying to find her spy boyfriend, and like what kind of mission he was on, trying to help out. And Snowden was like, oh yeah, sure, for sure, and everything. And he's like, yeah, thanks. And he's like, when can I see you again? I was like, I don't know, man. You're like in Russia. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's not like a secret that he did
then
that.
what he's saying is a sensitive topic.
The government thinks it is. They let out secrets. That's government secret trading.
But didn't he release stuff so it's like we the people know is like, yeah, the government's doing this with your information?
Yeah. Also, recently too, there was a thing in World War II where a third party company from a different country, I forgot the name of what country it was sold, but they would it was supposed to be like the first like VPN between all countries. Like, hey, you want to do a telegram or send messages to this and that, this is a secret way to do so no other country can like take a look at it and everything. So many years, I think it was like a year or two, it was revealed that it wasn't a third party country. It was America the entire time. They made up the whole story of this is a different type of company to help you guys secure messages and everything. America knew all the trades and their secrets and everything the entire time. Yeah, this is all during World War II and everything. Yeah, I may be butchering a lot of the details and everything, but yeah, I mean, America's on top of that shit. They're listening to us right now. They knew exactly who was listening to the Dying with Commentary podcast. So if you really want to get back at your enemies and your friends and whatnot, just share this podcast with them. Let them know, like, hey, listen to it. Just do it. I don't know. I completely forgot where I was going with that. But yeah. Yes, America, sponsor me.
Yes, America,
sponsor me. But like on the topic of that, remember when people were trying to raid Area 51?
That was like what, 2 years ago?
That was before COVID.
That was 2 years ago. No, was it 2 years ago? Was it a little bit...
No, it was because it's a huge.
That happened in 2019.
It had to be. Time to go to Google.
I remember it was a TikTok that was like me coming home with my little alien like.
Yeah.
Courtney did it the best, a little imitation, like her, like coming with my little alien like, or some shit like that.
2019. That was
2 years ago.
Can you imagine? 2019, people, like thousands of people from everywhere wanted to raid Area 51. Then the following year, it was like, now disperse. You can't talk to anyone. We've been in quarantine for an entire year. It sucks. But in the spirit of this this podcast, it sucked. But what are you doing? You just dancing? Oh, okay. What were some cool things that happened during quarantine? Did you think, that sounds alright. It wasn't so bad.
I got a puppy.
You did. You got Benji.
I got Benji.
Yeah.
He's a quarantine puppy. Yeah, he really is a quarantine puppy.
He's a quarantine.
Yeah, because he's very dramatic because he knows when you're leaving. And like today, because I was, no one was home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the restroom and I got out. He was just there laying. And it was funny because he was laying there like, kind of like looking out in a way. He's like, this is it. This is how it ends. For some reason, he looked like that.
Wow. You see
laying
that?
down.
What? I'm sorry, I went to look something up and it showed up that there's a Lord of the Rings Gollum movie.
Have you seen any of the Lord of the Rings movie though?
I have not seen a single Lord of the Rings movie.
But the books?
No.
Are you even interested about Lord of the Rings?
I am super, super interested. I want to
Okay, I want to say you're like, I'm super, super not interested.
No, I'm very interested in it because I know the director uncut and everything is like 3 days long. I want to say the entire series of just Lord of the Rings, not the
just
Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings
just
in total.
Uh-huh.
No, yeah. My stepdad is a big fan of it. It was years ago too that I don't know how it came about that we all decided like, yeah, let's do a movie marathon of Lord of the Rings, and we watched all 3 movies, and I forgot how it was like midday from the first movie, and then to late at night, and then we didn't finish until the next day. I think it was midday too.
Damn,
Those
really?
movies are long.
I'm looking at it right now. The uncut versions of all of them. It spans about. Come on, I just saw it right now. It's a very long movie. It's showing Fellowship of the Rings is 3 hours 48 minutes. Return of the King is 4 hours 11 minutes, and The Two Towers is 3 hours and 43 minutes.
Exactly. We watched that like almost 2 days of watching movies.
I would want to do it. I really want to get into it.
I never read the books, so but I do know Lord of the Rings and whatnot. It's like since it's been a while. Yeah, I do understand every now and then. My favorite reference like the second breakfast. Those potatoes. I think they're a big thing of potatoes.
Is that why you got into saying the word potato?
No.
Or you just because you just like the word potato?
I just like the word potato.
You've always said the word potato.
Yeah, potato.
Right. Oh, what happened? It was Friday, right? Oh, no, to get off the topic real quick. But I'll go back onto Lord of the Rings. Excuse me. No, I've always liked that whole scene or setting of the Lord of the Rings, the fantasy setting and everything. Like, I guess me being super, super into D&D was because of knowing about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings always interested me, and I vaguely know what it's about, and I feel I'm doing a huge injustice by not watching it yet. And I really, really should, and I really want to spend a weekend watching all of them.
Because I mean, the Hobbit came out not that long, years ago. Yeah, but
I know everyone hated the Hobbit.
Really?
Yeah, like one thing, it cut off mid fight scene in one movie.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, oh, it was okay, and then like I think it was Smaug.
Smeagol?
No, not Smeagol. Smaug. The Desolation of Smaug. That's the Hobbit. It's like there. Wow, it's the Hobbit, Unexpected Journey, the Battle of the Five Armies, the Desolation of Smaug.
Smaug.
Smaug. It's Smaug. 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 Like that one, like it was.
When did that came out?
That actually came out fairly a good while ago. The Desolation of Smaug came out in 2013.
Oh,
yeah, Battle of the Five Armies, which I think was the last one of that series, came out 2014.
Damn.
And then The Unexpected Journey, the first of that series, came out in 2012. Oh
yeah,
wow.
I remember it was years ago. The same time that movie came out, on the last movie of Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. Me and his friend, we sneaked in. It was like the very last part of
Twilight?
No, we saw the movie Twilight, but we sneaked into another movie theater
to go watch.
Because we went to go see The Hobbit, so we're like near the very beginning, right? We were looking at it, but it was near the very end of it. I think it was like 10 minutes
into The Hobbit.
No, end of it.
Oh yeah, but like 10 minutes of like the Hobbit movie.
Yeah. It looks really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and also interesting thing, I don't know if you know, like the books are so different from the movie, because they say when after the whole journey from the Lord of the Rings, and when they go back, like everything changed and whatnot, and like everything changed, like everything became so industrial.
Yeah, because it was actually based off of J.R.R. Tolkien's time when he went to war, and like how he came back, and it was different. It was during the industrial age, and he was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure that's what it is," and everything.
The Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, and
actually, that's what they were saying. Like in the movie, they didn't, like everything's still the same. So everything with nature and whatnot, like in the movie, but in the books, when they all go back, everything is changed. Everything is all industrialized and everything. They're like, what happened?
I was actually listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast, not a sponsor, but they were talking about how when they came back.
I don't think you have to say not a sponsor to every single thing.
But I mean, when we're talking about Raid Shadow Legends, not a sponsor. But no, they're talking about the Lord of the Rings, and they say when they do come back and everything's changed, that actually goes to a different plot that they actually got to finish another thing to where everything's changed. They didn't like it, and they had to overthrow this like corrupted.
Hobbit?
No, that's corrupt, not a Hobbit, but this corrupted like king or whatever, just terrorizing the little town. I think it's changing everything. Mm-hmm. So after the whole Lord of the Rings thing, the huge plot, they came home, everything's changed, and they go, well, who the hell is this dude who's in charge? And they had to overthrow that dude, and then that's when the story ended.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's something in the books and everything, and that's when I was like, oh wow, all these stories, and it makes me want to read the books some more and everything. But I really, really should just watch the series too, because not everyone's all about it.
I have all 3 movies, and my sister even got the Hobbit movies.
But like the director's cut and everything.
Shit, I have to double check on that. Those movies are long.
I know Scott has that on his Plex. Yeah, I'll watch it on Plex. I really want to spend a week, but he's gonna ask me. I should really watch Shield Hero. I watched a few of the episodes today. Mm-hmm. Getting really good. I'm almost done with it. But I did finish season 2 of Solar Opposites today. That was the Justin Roiland show, the second one, the one he did when he wasn't doing Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's really, really fucked up, but funny. It has a kid from the Goldbergs, the main character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in it. He's one of the aliens. Can't remember his name, but it's funny seeing him on that show in Solar Opposites, and then knowing that he came from the Goldbergs and that he came from Clarence. And that Cartoon Network animated show.
Yeah, I know.
I loved Clarence. Clarence was such a great show. That was a
weird show.
No, it wasn't. It was a great, like, lovable show. Like it was.
Show.
No, it was.
Same as which one?
Better not see Chowder.
The hillbilly one.
The hillbilly one.
Where they go into the city.
The hillbilly one? What?
Yeah,
what?
They go into the city that you say the little girl reminded you of Jocelyn.
Beverly Hillbillies? That old show?
No, it was like a new Cartoon Network show. I'm just saying hillbillies because they were hillbillies.
Big City Greens?
There you go.
That's a great show. That's an amazing show. You talking about Tilly?
Yeah.
Tilly's the best character in that show. She has a little nasal voice and she's like so monotone, but she's so expressive and so imaginative. It's a great fucking show.
If you ever seen, you're like hillbilly. I'm like, I'm just calling them hillbillies. Yeah, because he said
when hillbillies go to the city, I'm thinking like, what, Beverly Hillbillies? Is that what you're talking about? But that's like an old black and white show. No, that's a good show too.
Because you're talking about Clarence and Cartoon Network show. I'm going on that.
But Big City Greens is weird to you?
It's funny though.
It's a funny
but still weird ass show.
Like Tilly, the daughter of the farm family, was the dad, the son, and the daughter. They moved into the city with their grandma and everything just because spread their farm, trying to make more money in the city. I can't remember the reason why they moved to the city. But the mom was in jail at the time, and they just figured, whatever, they just live right there. And they don't hide in the show. The mom's in the jail. What the hell? The mom's a real badass too.
Disney would hide that stuff.
No. Not with Big City Greens and Andy Mack.
Oh, that was in Disney?
Yeah. Big City Greens is Disney.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, and then the mom gets out of jail on parole and everything legally, but the cops are watching her like, we're watching you, and she's only in jail because she released the animals from the zoo. And I think, you can't do that. So she comes back to the family. They try to rekindle the whole thing, and the whole mother, son and daughter relationship, and the mother and father relationship as well. It's done real well. Mm-hmm. But Tilly was a great character because there was one episode where it was a parade and excuse me, I forgot what the reason why they had to detour the parade, and they try to bring it right back onto the right track. So
I remember that one.
Yeah, and they bring the parade through the mall, through a big Macy's type store. Yeah. And Tilly, she wanted the entire time she wanted to be on top, be a princess of a float. So she goes on top, and the actual princess is like, who are you? She goes, your new ruler. Kicks off the princess, and she wears a crown that has a pageant thing, and she goes, I'm the new king or the new queen. This is my reign. And the guy's like, what are you doing? And then she's throwing stuff at people like, I'm your new reign. They praise me. And it was great. She's in her own little world, and that's what Jesslyn is. It's a great show. And then they had to stop another episode. They had to stop some coyotes from chasing their brother. And so she's standing in the middle of this giant street. There's no cars. And she sticks her arms out in a T-pose. And she goes, I'll stop this Tilly tornado. And she starts spinning. And it's like this huge tornado comes out, like spanning the entire street, raging through the city. But that's in her head. In reality, she's just spinning in a circle, going woo. And the coyotes are like, what's up with her? And they run around her. It's a really great show.
No, I didn't see that one.
It's worth watching some of the clips on YouTube. Not a sponsor, but it's just Disney's coming up with some really good shows. Like we go back onto Andy Mack. It blew my mind when that kid came out of the closet. Like her best friend was like, he was gay. I could have told that. I could have sworn the first season was he was trying to express himself to Andy Mack, like, hey, like, I dig you, I want to be with you. Yeah,
it seemed like that at first.
And then it came to like, no, like.
But then he was so obsessed with what was his name?
The male interest to Andy Mack.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Yeah, whatever his name. But he was like,
Jonah Hill.
No, not Jonah Hill. Wasn't that Jonah Hill?
Jonah. His name was Jonah.
Was it? I think the friend name was Jonah. In Andy Mack. We should kind of look this stuff up a little bit before we start talking and then talking out of our ass about certain things. Jonah was the love interest, and Cyrus was.
I was right.
Yeah.
Jonah.
But you said Jonah Hill.
I don't know. But it clicked. His name was Jonah.
But the gay best friend was Cyrus. Cyrus, what I thought it was, Cyrus had a crush on Andy the entire time. Turns out Cyrus had a crush on Jonah, and he was telling Andy to back off.
He was so obsessed with it.
I didn't think about that, but that was a good show too, because her older sister was actually her mom, who had a teenage pregnancy.
Yeah, they never mentioned that on Disney before.
No.
Teenage pregnancy.
But like, it was a really well done show, and it was again like following all Disney shows. They only do 3 seasons, that kind of stuff. And we found out like the only series to do more than 3 seasons was Kim Possible.
Was it?
Yeah, Kim Possible did 4 seasons because it finally answered the question that do Ron and Kim get together. The last episode or movie, whatever, they kiss at prom, and then think, oh wow, cool, that's the end of the series. And people were a little bit like, no, we had to see more. And then the 4th season was them together, and like, all right, that's what we ended off.
Really?
Yeah, I saw a thing about it because
I didn't know that. I thought it just ended up with the movie.
No, because all Disney shows were like 3 seasons, and like, all right, sorry to drop you.
I really didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I figured
I'm gonna watch it now.
I figured like, why was the Jonas Brothers show so short? Because of that same thing. Because have you seen the Jonas Brothers Disney show? Oh, it was great. That was like the pinnacle of like middle school time when the Jonas Brothers were like tippy top, and they were the most popular.
Yeah, I had no cable in middle school.
You didn't need cable. Did you need cable for Disney Channel?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Always.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, basic channels is PBS Kids, if not Cuba.
yeah, you're right. But I remember watching the Jonas Brothers show. Like, I remember like the Jonas Brothers were a thing. I go, Jonas Brothers is for girls. And then the show came out. I go, oh hell no, I'm Mr. Jonas Brothers. This is the shit.
No, I never
watching the Jonas Brothers TV show. Big Time Rush was another one that was really great.
I've heard about Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush was really funny.
Nickelodeon, the Naked Brothers Band.
Oh hell yeah, the Naked Brothers Band was great.
Yes, I remember the movie came out first and then the show.
Well, yeah, I think a movie ended the show as well. It was the one.
Really? That was another one?
Yeah, I was like, they're trying to save the pandas.
No.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
I remember the movie. I liked at first I really thought, because again, I was young. You're little, you didn't know any better. Because the way the formatting was, it was a mockumentary.
You thought it was a real thing?
Yeah.
Me too. I thought it was a real thing.
Because of the format it was, because it's a
it was
mockumentary.
It was a 4K type thing, which is.
But if you think about it in hindsight, it was a little creepy that the character Alex, his girlfriend, he was like, yeah, my girlfriend, and blah blah blah. And
she that was older lady, yeah.
She's tall lady.
I found it very weird. I made my shorts tighter watching that episode of where she tried to do a commercial or something, but she could only sing in the shower. That's when her voice was really badass, because whenever she was singing outside when she was dry or in normal rooms, it was like it was all bad. And I was like, I could only sing really well in the shower. And growing up too, I'm like watching in the shower, and my shorts getting all tight and everything. I guess that was like what mild sexual awakening for me watching that. It's a good show.
No, but I remember that show. Like that's when they introduced the Jonah Brothers too. That's when I
was it that time too?
Yeah, because they came in and the little brother was jealous because of course she's an older. Right. She's like a teenager adult woman. And she's like very interested. She started going out with the Jonas Brothers and whatnot, and he's get jealous. He's like, and then he's like throwing a tantrum about it. He's like, no, like you're my girlfriend.
But have you seen what they're doing now? Nat and Alex Wolff, the actual brothers, like they're both respected in their own movies. I think
they're actors.
They're actors.
Alex is not. He's been more in horror movies. Nat, I seen Alex more. He was in Fault in Our Stars.
Was he in Fault in Our Stars?
Yeah. Nat, he was, I forgot what other movie he was. But Alex is, I think I've seen him more in movies. He was in a scary movie, damn it, which one? The one that didn't come out that long ago. They were saying that's like
the scariest movie of all time?
Yeah.
We've seen the Hereditary.
There you go.
I've not seen the movie, but I've seen the ending, and it makes me really...
Show me the ending.
The ending's super fucking powerful. But yeah, like Alex Wolff was in Hereditary. He was also My Friend Dahmer and Jumanji.
Oh yeah, in Jumanji.
He's in Jumanji. Alex Wolff is in Patriots Day. Oh my God, I couldn't believe that he took that role in Patriots Day. You know what that is, right? No. It's a Mark Wahlberg movie where it was a movie about the Boston bombing on the marathon run. Alex Wolff actually played one of the terrorist brothers.
Really?
Yeah, I remember watching and go like, it was a sensitive topic. It was a really powerful, good movie. Give it a watch. It's a great one.
But okay, I seen the
Alex.
Okay.
I remember watching it too. Like he was a brother that kind of ran away and survived hitting the boat and everything. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking like, damn, like he really fell off from that band thing. Like it didn't work out though. Like the musician stuff didn't work out. He became a terrorist and everything. I kept thinking that the entire time. But yeah. It was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding too.
I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, it's pretty good. The second one's pretty good. It's worth it. Oh, for me it was. I liked it. See, the Polar Bears movie. The Naked Brother Band with Polar Bears. But I know Nat Wolff, he was in that really good movie that I liked, Paper Towns.
Okay.
Oh, Paper Towns was a really good one.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, Paper Towns. Oh, Death Note? Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, he was in Death Note. So Nat Wolff, it was the one in Fault in Our Stars, not Alex. But they've been doing acting work. Yeah.
Okay, well then, with that question of Nat and Alex Wolff, and I think we talked about it not too long ago, who do you think has more clout, the Wolff brothers or the Spouse brothers? For real, like, if anybody has a good argument about that, like, just comment, like, which one's better, your Spouse or Wolff brothers? I
think I would say the Spouse.
You think
because
the Spouse
they
brothers?
have...
Because you know what? They came from different networks, too. They were Nickelodeon and Disney.
They came from different networks, and also because... the type of relationship the twins were, even like on screen on Disney, it's like Zack and Cody, and then they're off screen, like
off
how
screen
they're actual,
in real life. Yeah,
they're actually
you're right.
You can kind of see like the personalities are similar.
Yeah, because we talked about too how they went to college and Dylan. Have you seen the original Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to Carl Weathers. And he goes, Dylan, and he goes, son of a bitch, and they grasp hands. It has the manliest, they have the manliest fucking handshake scene. And you look at it, it spews testosterone and baby oil. It's watching that scene makes you like, it gets me pumped up to work out. Seeing young Arnold, have you seen how big he gets? How he was? Like I can talk right. Mm-hmm. You never seen big Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like buff Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at them. Look at that beast of a man.
I remember him in the movie Junior.
He's in the movie Junior. Look at it. There it is. The clip of that.
Oh,
Look at that fucking handshake.
I seen me. Wait, is that the one they use on Facebook a lot? Is like swipe up, like if you believe in God, or like swipe with the devil or some shit. I've seen that. No, yeah, they use it.
Do they?
Yeah, I've seen that so many times.
I always see that
there's a different filter.
I see it to where like one hand is like liking boobs or liking butts, and they're grasping the hands together like disliking feet.
But no, I've seen that. But I have seen that they used.
I'm gonna have to get this still. Yeah. No, I've not seen that one.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna have to get this still and put it on the podcast for the episode. But yeah, every single time was like, Dylan, you son of a bitch, and they're grasped real good. It's like they're squeezing the hands from the muscles, all badass and everything.
But I've never seen that movie. I think it's called Junior.
Junior,
where he's pregnant.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's pregnant.
Yeah.
Really?
You never seen that movie?
No.
I saw it.
Junior.
I think it's Junior.
Terminator, Predator, Commando, Total Recall, The Barbarian, Conan the Barbarian, Kindergarten Cop, Jingle All the Way, great movie. Last Action Hero. Oh,
yeah, I think it's right there, Junior.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is that with Danny DeVito?
Because, yeah, it's like I remember like him and Danny DeVito like they're doing this experimental thing, and he's like okay, and you just see him his stomach growing, and he's a baby, and he's trying to date, and then you see him hormonal changes. It's a funny movie. It's a good movie.
Seen this one.
And yeah.
Wow.
And then he goes and he to his doctor visits.
Yeah.
And you see all these women within, and you just see him like all right there connecting with the women. He's like, yeah, I'm this month old, and the women are like, oh wow, like so comforting to him. To like, they're not like freaked out like what the fuck. They're like, oh,
I'm looking at stills on Google Images. This is a really I've never seen this movie or heard of it. This is amazing. Wow.
Yeah, and when he actually started about to give birth, they're like, I was like, oh my god, how's gonna happen? And so they, I think they have a C-section with him.
What? They have him in a wig, earrings, and everything. Pearl necklaces. This is a great. Oh, I need to watch this movie. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you never.
No.
But yeah, it's a cool movie. I forgot where I saw it, but I remember seeing it.
I've never seen it.
Junior.
Wow, that's a good one.
Both as man.
Pushing out a baby. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I never would have thought that. I've known him for Hercules in New York, The Predator, Terminator, of course. Have you seen the original Terminator?
Yeah, I've seen Terminator.
No, okay. That still holds up. That's a good. Which is the best Terminator movie, though?
Again, it's been years since I've seen it, so I don't know.
Correct answer is Terminator 2. All right, you gotta remember that.
The one that I think that sticks in my head is the one that's like, it shows like everything like gone, and they show all destroyed Terminator as like just the eye or something like that. That isn't narrow it down. That's like on all of them.
Pretty much.
No, but it shows like
I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn. I don't know. I think it's the second one.
Is it the second one? Second one is where he's going against the other.
No, is it the second one?
TA-1000.
No, I don't know. Like where? Damn, no.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. It's probably one of the Terminator movies.
One of them.
One of them.
You don't even know.
No, yes, because it shows like these, because the other robots have blue eyes. Like shiny blue, their little blue eye.
Blue eyes.
They look like the cave, and honestly, they destroyed it, and that's where it ends, type shit.
I don't know. What Terminator movie are you watching?
I have no idea. That's a scene that stuck with me.
Terminator Cybernetic Systems Model 101.
It could have been the second one. It could have been the third one.
Was Arnold in it?
Yeah. And they showed the kid when he's older.
When he's much older?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking about Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, where he's fighting against the female one.
And then I guess it's that one.
That one? That's the last one you were watching?
Yeah.
with the sexy hot lady in the red skin tight dress, was they don't float around. She comes into the scene naked and shit.
Know.
Do you think when they make time travel, like you have to be naked?
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger was naked.
Yeah, anyone who time traveled in the entire series was naked in all the series, even like the newest ones and all that. Like in Dark Fate, the other female one who came out, she was naked.
I would say like I thought you seen like in time travel in general, but it doesn't in Terminator movies.
No, in all the Terminator series, yeah, everyone who time travels, they're all naked. Yeah, I was thinking like.
No, that's right, because I thought you said like in general time travel movies.
I get what you're saying, how I was saying it, but like, no, I went the entire series it's just naked. But do you think if they were to make time travel, you had to be naked or something like that?
I hope not.
Why? Because you don't want time travel?
No, I don't want to be naked right now.
Would you rather be clothed to time travel?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I guess that makes sense. But if you were to time travel, where would you travel to? Good answer. Good answer.
I don't know. You?
I think we had this conversation before, and you made like a really good point that really opened my eyes, where you said it doesn't matter what time, there was always discrimination against colored people and women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think like, ooh, shit,
especially
you're right.
in the past.
Yeah, you're right. That was a really, really good point. I was like, oh fuck, like, damn. You make a good.
Yeah, no, like fashion was kind of cute, like back then too. But it's kind of bringing up now. But
what do you mean? Like 70s is kind of coming up.
70s, 90s is coming back up.
Yeah.
This little cute, like it's like 70, maybe like vintage clothing too.
80s is making a bit. I mean, Wonder Woman 84. I mean, 80s is
bring back. But no, like I know recently, like the 90s fashion is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Certain aspects, because
windbreakers, tie dye.
Yeah, but hopefully no low rise jeans.
Low rise jeans. What do you mean?
You never seen the low rise jeans?
What's low rise jeans?
Low rise jeans, the ones that like women like Britney Spears, would wear. Low
rise jeans. Those. That's what those are called.
Yeah, those like in the 90s, early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like those. Those are
that's a very 290s look, or 2000 90s look.
2000.
Wow.
They're that low.
What the fuck?
And that was pretty much in everywhere, and even in kids' clothes.
I guess that makes sense.
I remember I had a pair of low-rise jeans and I hated it.
Why?
Because that's pretty much what all they had.
That was like the style then.
Yeah, it was the style back
then. Yeah,
then.
2000s.
I didn't like it because it was legit really low.
Men's low-rise jeans. What the fuck?
Yeah, like those were horrible. I didn't like
that dude showing off his ass crack. What kind of fucking low-rise jeans is that? What the hell?
I think that's like in 2000s, the low-rise. That's what like the whole thing with the whale tails.
Oh yeah, you're
because
right.
now you don't really
whale
see
tails and tattoos
like,
in the back of the lower back.
Yeah, and that's where you see the G-string and whatnot.
Okay. This is vastly different from the first episode.
I know.
Vastly. Okay, we'll go back into questionings and why dying with commentary is dying with commentary. What's something we can question about that's in the actual light of this fucking commentary? Well, Friday we went out to Brick and Tavern, right?
Yeah.
What's the restaurant called?
Brick and Tavern.
Brick and something.
It's Brick House and Tavern.
Yeah, Brick House and Tavern. We were talking about it and everything, and they were playing great music and everything.
Yeah, they were playing like early 2000s
Early
music.
2000s. They were playing D12, Tattoo, playing Britney Spears.
Never heard about
I never heard Tattoo. I listened to that when I'm going to work.
Oh really?
Yeah,
really they still hit.
I
need it. Oh my god, I haven't listened to them, and I need to go back to them. Yeah, like I said, those like. I'm pretty sure they still hit from that one song. I was like, it was so funny because I was like, this sounds like Tattoo, and I'm like, oh, freaking out.
You're like, this sounds so familiar. It sounds like Tattoo. And as soon as they started singing, the lyrics part came out, you start losing your mind.
I was like, oh my god.
You jumped up in your seat and everything. I was freaking out. I was like, oh shit, like.
I was like, oh my god.
I'm having a heart attack, whatever. But we were talking about that and everything, and then it came into the realization we knew of each other in middle school, which is about 9-10 years ago. And then
Shut up.
and then
Oh my God, it was.
we became friends in 10th grade, which is about, if I do the math correctly,
7 years ago.
7, 8 years
Oh
ago.
my God, stop.
And then we've been together for almost 5 years.
But if you think
month.
about it, though, it's like you don't count so much like the years, but when you actually say it out loud, you're like, oh yeah, we've known each other almost 10 years, 8 years, and stuff like that. And then you're like, oh my God, it's been that long. It doesn't feel like
moves
that.
by fast.
It does seem like that sometimes. I'm like thinking, sometimes I even say like, yeah, I lived here less than 10 years ago. But I was like, no, wait, no. A little bit over 10 years. Because in a sense, I kind of going based on my little sister. That's when she started school over here. But then it's like, yeah, but then again, I have to think about it. But then you don't add first grade, you add those 2 years
of kindergarten.
Pre-K and kindergarten. Oh shit.
But like,
yeah, because I'm going based off her. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I'm like, yeah, she's in 10th grade, 10 years, about barely 10 years. I was like, wait, no, it's been more than that.
We graduated high school in 2016. If anyone listening, can you just remember the last year, or of course you remember, but the year you graduated high school and where you're at right now? Like, time moves by fucking fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you don't think about how much, but when you actually say the number of years,
yeah, it hits you
then
hard.
You're like, wait. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like in here realizing too. It's like, oh my God, I've been living here in Houston for such a long time, and sometimes I'm like, oh, like I've been here for like 7-10 years, and it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
So they say like 7, 8 years. I was like, no. Then I'm like, right now I'm like, wait, no, it's been longer than that.
It's been way longer. But I mean, with all that time passing and everything, what's one of the things that you glad you experienced, or just, I guess, yeah, what's the best experience you had within the last 10 years? Because time moves by fast. We're getting older.
I know.
And it's not stopping, and it's not slowing down.
I think that one I really did enjoy it is my internship.
Oh, you're really that recently? The internship with Ashcon?
Yeah, because it was a new experience, like working under a photographer, being like a studio assistant. So it was something new. It was like,
you got a taste of that professional studio or photographer life, and that's a good one. That's a good one.
It was something I really enjoyed. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Even though I did work long hours over there.
But it was worth it. The time went by fast.
It was so different compared an actual job. Well, no, I could say actual job, but at my actual job where I work out, and because if I work that many hours,
you feel drained.
I feel drained. I feel tired. I feel exhausted. Over there, yeah, like with Ashcon, we'll feel tired because it's a long day. Like something will be from there to 10 to 7. Or sometimes even longer. Sometimes that would be there 8.
You say that long hours. I'm like, that is long hours, but being in the sweatshop job that I'm at, I'm like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
That's crazy. No,
the money though.
No, I think the longest work day I had when I actually worked from 8 to 8.
Yeah, but that's true to that saying is, if you're doing what you love.
I was tired as fuck the other day. I was tired, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That saying is, if you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life because it's something you want to do.
So it's so true, because working so many hours at a time.
Oh, the bed's coming off. It's all over. The pleather's coming off. It's all over your neck.
Yeah, fix that.
I need to get a new headboard.
But yeah, like working. But no, because I was like going to school, going to my internship, and working.
Yeah, you're juggling a lot.
And then I need to find time doing homework. And it's not like homework is like, oh yeah, in the computer. Homework for me was like going out on location sometimes, or in the studio, because they're project based.
In that jive ass truck of yours.
But then going to work with Ashcon, interning there, was a lot of fun. I really enjoy working with the people over there, and then meeting great people. Like I met an opera singer.
Yeah, you see the opera singer. You met a lot of the ballet dancers at the Houston Ballet. You met Anna Grove.
Yeah, she's a
another
photographer.
photographer.
Over there,
Yeah,
over there.
Silos.
Yeah, but working with Ashkan, I met oh damn, I forgot her name because it's been such a while ago, but it was just such a a very big deal, because not only were taking portraits of her, but those portraits are going to HGO, which is Houston Grand Opera.
Wow.
It was like for one of their magazines, HGO. Yeah, Houston Grand Opera, and it was really great because he was like making big. He was like, yeah, it was such a big deal because she's such a big person for the Houston Grand Opera, and then it was gonna be in City Book. That was the part of it was gonna be in City Book. So it was really like hosting her in the studio, meeting, and so I was like, so yeah, like everything was like, I forgot exactly what happened. Like something had like a little mishap happened, and then she was like went to the side. I think she went to the restroom, and then Ashka was like, "We can't be doing this," or some shit like that. We're like, "Okay." We're like, "Oh, okay." We're like, "Oh, yeah, sorry." That, but yeah, one of the funniest moments I remember is like one of my first days working there. I think it was like my first or second day already there, and we're shooting these for they call audition shots, where these ballerinas from not just from the Houston Ballet, which is Academy. Well, there's just two separate things. There's the actual who do perform the Houston Ballet, and then there's Academy, which is like they prep to actually go
at the schooling and the training
do the schooling and the training for it with the Academy, and then of course other ballet studios. I think those two were from the Houston Academy. We were taking their audition shots, where it's like where they take not just their portraits but also their like they're called their arabesque.
Yes.
Such a like a nice fancy like pose that they do. So after that, so yeah, they do that's called their audition shots, which they send out to different like ballet like schools to join their like I think it's their summer program or like to go somewhere else or like go abroad for training. I forgot what's it called, but yeah, they go like their summer like a summer program or fall program.
That's fine.
But yeah, so they would like travel. That's where they would have their audition shots to send out.
Oh, okay.
And then guys were like, after we did our audition shots, we're like, okay, let's have some fun, like some portrait session. So we're moving. He had this really big light. It was a really big like the softbox was huge. It was a big old octagon, like, but he was like on the ceiling, like leaned up. Okay, we're like moving it, and yeah, because I forgot how it was moved. Anything, you just see it fall.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
It
Yeah,
fell on him. Or like I was like, oh my god, and you just see like I was like, oh my god, and we were trying to pick it up because one, it is a heavy. The light stand is a really really heavy light stand. The light stand itself, I think, is like 90 pounds. But and holding a small light and with a big old softbox and whatnot, and then we were like, oh my god, like, are you okay and whatnot, and then after that happened, we went back to he was like, we have it on video, you want to see it, like, because there was a camera behind me and then a camera up on the studio, so we're like, he was like say like, oh, like I probably covered the camera, but now you can see or like that moment, like I think because one, you kind of have to move it carefully too, and that's why you have like those sandbags on it so it won't tip over. So you just see it, like, I think he moved it the wrong way or grabbed it the wrong way. You see it the moment it falls, and you just see me just trying to run towards it, trying to get it, but it falls. Wow. But yeah, so it was like, he was just kind of like laughing afterwards. I was like, oh my god.
Things that happen in the studios.
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. It's like, but it was still, we were like, he was fine and whatnot, and we had a little laugh of it. He was fine because he's like, let's see in the recording. We saw both angles, the camera that was behind me and then the one further up. But yeah.
You're talking about this, I was like, alright, cool, and I have the TV pause and shows the New Girl thumbnail on Netflix, and I can't but help think about the Matilda scene, the Matilda cake scene.
Oh my god!
I had to put it into the podcast, like the comparison, but it's like how the Zoe Deschanel character is looking outward on the New Girl thumbnail. It just reminds me of the Matilda scene where Matilda and her friend are watching the other kid eat the cake.
I remember I had to see. Oh, poor kid. He was trying to. He was like,
Right.
He was like, yeah, and then it gave him more. Like, ooh.
What if I get this like stilled and framed and put it up? It looks almost
Put
inspiring.
It up where?
The wall.
Inspiring how?
I don't know. Like even anybody can watch you eat that much cake and just praise you on. No, you don't think so? Matilda's such a good movie.
It is.
Well, I'll go back to the questioning though. Like that's your like your most like the best thing out of the past 10 years. They feel like, yeah, that was one thing like you're glad you experienced and you felt and went through and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good response to it.
Yeah, because it was a really great experience. I really enjoy it.
You met a lot of great people, even in your own industry or other industries, and networking, of course, and you experience actual, I guess, customer one-on-one with the client, and then professional, right? Professional and client interaction.
Yeah, professional and client interaction.
Yeah, the professional and client interaction of something that you want to do and that you are into and everything, stuff like that. But okay, that's a good answer. I didn't think about that.
What about you? Now we'll go on to you.
The past 10 years. What did I do in the past 10 years?
You went to school?
In 2011, we were 9th grade. I remember, you know what, too? Somebody asked me in middle school, what was your, the one thing on your bucket list that you have to do before you would die? Because it was around the time the movie 2012 came around. And people were like, oh, that's it, it's the end of the year. And the whole Mayan calendar stops at 2012. And I remember being around that time, I go like, what's something I really want to do before I die? And I was like, I kept thinking about it a good bit and everything. I figured, I never experienced much. I experienced a lot of family and friends. And like, I should want to do something kind of selfish for me. And my answer was, I want to lose my virginity before I die. That in middle school, that was my thing. Like the one thing I had to do before I die. I had to lose my virginity.
And did you?
I think so. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. Yes. What?
What do you mean yes? You're like, you don't know, then yes?
If I lost my virginity? Are you really questioning? Like, like you're not even sure? Yes, I'm sure. What? Of course. I probably shouldn't say that loud. My parents listen to this. Don't tell your parents this. Don't give me that look. But I guess in the terms of that, honestly, it's just realizing the stuff that I want to do that I'm glad I've gone through or I'm doing. Like middle school, my bucket list thing was to lose my virginity. Through high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do until the last bit. I wanted to be an art teacher, and then that didn't go through. And even teachers themselves, I volunteered to help out the museum, the art museum here, and the like classes they would have, like the STEM classes where they would have other teachers who would volunteer their time to go to kids like, hey, you can do art along with math or in science. And it was just really inspiring to see those teachers, like, yeah, they would teach kids. Like, I never thought this thing could come together, but the teacher actually, he compared science with art and imagination and everything. I was like, oh, how the hell can you do that? When I saw his,
it does. If you think about it, even like exhibitions that you see now is like there's a lot of like science into it, like
but
weirdly, and also mechanical stuff into it. It's like math. I'm pretty sure it goes into it.
Yeah,
like,
it was all about
how do you figure that out?
It was all about the STEM itself and the art and get young kids involved in it. And he said too, like Leonardo DiCaprio was this great painter and everything, but he was also a really good inventor and a scientist and some things. And
Really?
and a lot of the stuff his blueprints for his flying glider.
My art history teacher didn't tell me that.
his blueprints for his glider and his helicopter, they made it to like present day, and it works. It's not like faulty. No, like this shit could work. He did this and he knew about it. And that guy was like, "What's something that you can make that helps?" To the kids, I helped volunteer that one. It's like to the little kids, like elementary kids, like, what's something that you could think you can invent that can help you or your parents, and how to make it more realistic in a sense. And the kids came up with great things. Some kid came up with a Roomba. He didn't know about a Roomba. It's like a little small robot that's small enough to go underneath the counters and everything, and they get clean. And I think, oh, this little kid thought of a Roomba. And I go, oh shit, like, the kids are like, he thought of a Roomba. The kid's like, what's a Roomba? I was like, oh, he don't know about a Roomba.
Oh, let me not say anything.
Yeah, like, he thought he wanted something, the greatest fucking thing in the world. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I never would have thought that that's like something you can easily push together. And just that going to, oh, that's really great. And then not going to be an art teacher and just kind of like being in a void for a good bit of graduating high school and not really knowing what I want to do. And then going to my computer career and having my Apple job over here for almost 4 years now, which is, it's good money, but it's a lot to deal with over there because Apple's the devil. I know no way around it. They suck. But Samsung, not a sponsor. But it's now experiencing all this stuff and really thinking what I want to do, what makes me happy. It's how I really want to try and do the stuff that makes me happy, and trying to pursue those things. Like one, this podcast. Another one is my stand-up, or like daily I'll just think of jokes and something to write in and just continue that. And then filmmaking is another one too. That was one of the first things I wanted to do, to where I would write scripts or one-off scripts or a little bit, or I guess like a little book, and I kept going and following that narrative of a story. I kept thinking of my head, and it powered on, and it added more and more and more, and it's just now trying to pursue that. And I guess that now it's more where I feel most alive doing it, in a sense, to where being in the little void of graduating high school, not really knowing what to do, kind of going to school to get a job to maintain myself in the society, and now kind of getting out, it's that light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, oh cool, there's something I want to try and pursue, as well as like maintaining and providing for myself and the people around me. So like, I guess now is it the best time to where I find the last 10 years to where I'm really feel like I'm getting my stride to do so. And I guess everyone should get that feeling as well too. Everyone should know what that feels like, to want to pursue something that they really want to, with little fear, enough fear to where you feel like something is pushing you, but to where you can keep doing so, nothing to scar you for life, or
nothing that's holding you back. But then again, it's like, if you don't do it, how would you know?
You miss every shot you don't take, kind of thing. And it's really true. And it's like, if you fail, the same thing,
like, how do you know if it's a mistake if you don't make the mistake?
Exactly, yeah. And it's, everyone fails. Everyone talks about how they want to try to do something, and it's like they failed multiple times. Like Thomas Edison, he did like 100 something tries to make the light bulb, and he finally got it right at the last time. And people were like, how do you feel about it? You took this many times to figure it out. And he said no, I just found out like 117 ways how not to make it, and I found this way to make it. And it's just, it's an amazing thing to, like, people really don't understand that failure and this other stuff really helps you to push to get to that one thing and find that niche that makes someone success story that pushes you outward and whatnot. And it's really great. And I guess it's more so too of 2020 being the shittiest year of all time.
Yeah, for everyone.
For everyone. And it's like going through a lot of shit of 2020, and just me considering it being like the worst life or the worst year ever. I'm really trying to make it a point that 2021 is going to be my best year of trying to do stuff that I want to do and just pursuing it, no matter what the amount of failures and whatnot. I really want to say I did all this year to make it my best year. So yeah, that's I guess that's my best thing in the last 10 years. So do you have anything else you want to talk about, add, or anything? No?
I think you ended it with a good note.
On a good note?
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for the listeners who tuned in for the second episode of Dying with Commentary. Like I said, we'll do weekly episodes, releasing it Friday, recording Sunday. If you want to get into it, Sundays are free for anybody who wants to be a guest as well. Just contact me through the Dying with Commentary podcast on Instagram. Also, I guess my personal one as well is Hispanic at the Disco. Just if you want to get yourself out there, I don't mind if you use this platform as well to promote your own things. I'd rather it be that way, to where you promote your own things, pursue what you want to do, get your name out, tell people what you're interested in, tell them what you want them to be known for, kind of thing. And it's just to show the light of everyone that life is pretty great. It's shit, but it can be really, really great. But you also have to try to make it great. All right? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you again, and cue the awesome music. That's not really that awesome now.